DC All Access is back, bringing you the freshest news from all around the world of DC. The next generation update of Rocksteady's beloved Arkham franchise, Batman Arkham Knight, finally gets an official release date. It hits store shelves on June 2nd, 2015. Plus, the just-announced Collector's Edition comes with exclusive artwork and a transforming Batmobile statue. If you're grabbing the LEGO Batman 3 Season Pass, you're getting your hands on 6 DLCs, each with a unique mission level and new unlockable characters. 3 have been announced so far: the Dark Knight pack, the Man of Steel pack, and the Batman 75th pack with classic comic costumes. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been officially cast as anti-hero Black Adam in the upcoming big screen Shazam adaptation. But you can't have Black Adam without Shazam. Who do you think should bring the world's mightiest mortal to life? Let us know in the comments below. Our producer Michael Leffler thought that The Rock would play Shazam, and he made a little bet. If you want to see the video of how the bet got settled, head over to our Tumblr. Zack Snyder tweeted the official reveal of the Batman v Superman Batmobile. It's a futuristic monster complete with mounted cannons. You can see the Batmobile in action when Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice hits theaters March 25th, 2016. Coming up later in this episode, we've got the legendary Dan DiDio and Jim Lee dropping details about this month's universe-wide event, Future's End. And make sure you subscribe to DC All Access so you can keep up with all of the buzz going on in the world of DC. Brought to you by Gotham on Fox.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Camren Bicondova and I play Selina Kyle on Fox's new show Gotham. I just wanted to let you know that it premieres September 22nd and Mr. G and I are really excited, as you can see. I got the script for the next episode. There it is. So, I gotta go get ready to, shoot and get my lines all settled, but I hope you have a great day. I hope you love Gotham. Toodaloo.
One of the things we heard from everybody last year was that the villains' books were fun and the covers were exciting, but they felt removed from the rest of the line. And with this year, what's great about the 5 Year Later stories is that these are supposed to be the conclusion of a major storyline that concludes 5 years from now. So what you'll see in October is the beginning of stories that you just read the end of in September. We have Future's End running, and that storyline seems to be starting to build to an important point, I'd say turning point in the story, where you start to see how the future of the DCU is evolving, and some of that's reflected in those books, and in some of those books it's just about the characters themselves.
Are you teasing the big event we're doing?
I'm not allowed to tease any major events on any camera, so you know that I would never talk about things that we're planning.
How the Future's End might possibly...
Not just Future's End, but also World's End. What's really cool is that at the end of September, there are 2 major reveals that occur in the Future's End Booster Gold book, and in the second part of Superman Doomsday. We do 2 major teases that really set up a lot of what's going to be happening over the next year for DC Comics. I mean, I think one of the big reveals we saw in Future's End is who was the mystery Superman and what happened to the actual Superman.
The Dan Jurgens storyline.
The Dan Jurgens series, exactly.
What we have seen so far is a new-looking kind of Superman floating around the DC universe 5 years from now. He has a faceplate, no one has seen his face, and the characters are speculating about what's with the new suit. So in Future's End number 17, we finally reveal what is going on with that costume. And then we have Superman number 1, which explains the entire backstory of what exactly is going on with the uniform, the faceplate, and why.
So Jeff Lemire kills Green Arrow in Future's End. So how did that, did he call you, or
no, it was
did
actually,
you tell him?
No, I mean, what's funny was that he was the one who wanted to kill him. They wanted a big open for the story of Future's End. Green Arrow dies, but there was always a plan in place on how that was going to be revealed. Jeff loves the Green Arrow character, so he made sure that there was a good storyline there that was both satisfying for the Future's End story, but also for the fans of the Green Arrow book.
Kind of the rule that we have internally editorially is that the Future's End story can take place anywhere in that 5-year gap. So I can kind of, for me, it was the end of my Green Arrow run as well with Andrea Sorrentino. So it's like this perfect last issue because I could finish my storyline right before that, and then it's almost like I get to do like the Dark Knight Returns with Green Arrow. Like you see the rest of his life. You know, I get to finish his story, and you never get to finish a superhero story because there's always another writer that comes on after you and continues it. But I could literally, you see the rest of his life, the rest of his adventures in this one issue, and it's like this great coda to my run, yet it also ties into the weekly books.
So Dan, we're not together a lot.
No,
so,
we're not. And I miss you.
I was just checking the Twitter feed, and there were some interesting questions off Twitter for you specifically.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, the first one is from @MDonahue75. What is happening with Swamp Thing after Charles Soule is my favorite?
Well, Charles is on the book through March of next year. Then we take a little bit of a break from our line, but you're going to see some great Swamp Thing product. So I think if you're a fan of Swamp Thing, you're going to be extraordinarily excited about
If you're a longtime fan of Swamp Thing,
you'll be really excited about what's coming up next.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I have a question for you now, Jim.
Sure.
Since we're going to go back and forth on this.
Wow.
At Bo Ryan, he says, do Batman Eternal, Future's End, Earth 2, World's End have a definite end, or is there a chance that these titles will continue?
You know, weekly comics are, as you know, I mean, very, very tough to do in terms of the coordination, the amount of work that has to go into it. And at the same time, you don't necessarily want to wear out your welcome. I mean, you want to come in with a definite storyline, keep up the momentum of telling a story weekly, but then you want to bring it to an end and set the stage for something bigger and better down the road. So they are coming to an end, but we have some really cool things to place them next year. So if you love the weekly series, stay tuned. At Left Squatch, does multiversity include pre-New 52 continuity?
I think multiversity includes all continuity.
Yes.
If you want to be perfectly honest. The goal of multiversity is to show that everything is in play, every world exists, and everything that we've done matters.
Right. And you know, I mean, talking to Grant, the writer, I mean, the way he takes on a character, he reads all the issues, and in his mind, everything has happened, and he's telling stories that are in continuity with everything that existed, right? So he takes on the supreme creative challenge right there.
One unexpected DC character that isn't Booster Gold should we keep an eye on? And that's from Dre Lopez, number 25, in case you're wondering.
I'm going to say Superman, and that's an odd one because he's such a prominent character, but given some of the creative storylines, and not just Superman, but the Superman family in general, I think it's going to be a pretty pivotal part of 2015.
I cannot disagree.
Yes.
That's it for today, but be sure to come back tomorrow so we can give you a look ahead at what's happening in the biggest team-up in comics, Batman and Superman, with writer Greg Pak. And make sure you subscribe to DC All Access so you don't miss that or any of the great DC news from the far corners of the universe.